Gary Davis, classic tune, Candyman. I have finished a lesson at TotallyGuitars.com on this song I love to teach students. It has really unusual picking. It seems kind of normal on at first glance or listen or something, but it's very tricky with what happens with the bass. I refer to the bass as being upside down or inverted because the bass notes work from high to low rather than low to high. Has a moving bass part. The first and third beats of the measure are doing one thing, and then the low bass note played on the second and fourth changes according to whatever chord you're on, whether it's on C or G. So we have some hammer-on, some pull-off, some fancy fills, all kinds of things. Now the song's been, of course, recorded by tons of artists: Dave Van Ronk, Stephen Grossman, John Renbourn, John Fahey, and there are all kinds of other variations of tunes called Candyman. The Grateful Dead's one is a different song. And it's got some sort of silly lyrics, or, well, not silly, they were very poignant for blues tunes at the time. Now, of course, Gary Davis claimed, when he was alive, that he learned this song in 1905 when he was 7 years old from a fellow named Porter Irving. So the song goes way back. So in the lesson, we talk a little bit about the history of the song, a little bit about the history of Gary Davis and life in the Carolinas, and then how to get each of these effects, making sure that you're getting the bass notes in the right places. We talk about whether you want to play it the way Gary Davis did, with just his thumb and index finger, or with two fingers. Not really a good reason to use three in this particular song. And then we have breakdowns talk about the chord progression, how it's a 16-bar blues thing, so you have a little understanding of that, and how just strumming through the chords is a good place to start. And then we break it down measure by measure, beat by beat, talking about swing time, talking about how 4/4 time is, when you play it in swing, is really 12/8, and then we even take a look at Two Step Candyman. A slightly slowed down version with an even bigger swing feel, and what two-step means, and really it just means kind of two strong beats in the measure, but it has to do with dances that were done cakewalk style and back in the late 19th century. So if you're interested in learning some Gary Davis tunes, and particularly Candyman, and want to expand your horizons as a finger-picking guitar player, you got to come check out this lesson. It includes metronome playthroughs at slowed down speeds of each part, Candyman and Two-Step Candyman, and again, close-ups of everything you got to do with your left hand and your right hand, talking about exactly what string to play every note with your right hand, what your thumb hits, what your fingers hit. So anyway, the lesson on Candyman is done, available at TotallyGuitars.com.